is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong. Listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Steve-O, JB, B Hudson and T-Swin. Gon' get your mind right, let's dive in the deep end and attack the issues and problems that hound us today. Yeah, we out here in the field, but we ain't coming to play. We all shepherds trying to keep the flock from going astray. If you wanna be the change, then let's be it today. Now there's always obstacles that's gonna get in your way, but it's important how you handle it, maneuver and pray. We keep you up to date with current affairs. We all know that the structure been broken, so let's make the repairs. There's a culture trying to cancel us and give you a spin, but you can come and get the truth from this panel of men. We on 10, going in, let the speech be free. We about to knock down the doors, you can keep the key. God first, then man, so let's execute the plan and deliver the message so the people can understand. Like, the time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong. Listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. The time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong. Listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Men can't always be. Men can't always be. Men can't always be wrong.
What's up, everybody? It's your guy T-Swin back again with the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, brought to you by CTR Media Network. I'm one of your hosts, T-Swin, and we got a good show for y'all tonight, talking about a serious topic. And it's been coming up a lot. It was a thing that happened on like Love and Hip Hop that kind of talked about it not too long ago, and we're going to give our little point of view and aspect on it. And I'm going to slide over to one of my co-hosts.
How's it going, everybody? This is your boy Jay Bean. This is Average Joe, as usual, giving an honest opinion. We got a real good show tonight. We talk about marriage stuff, you know.
All right.
What's up? It's LDC1. I'm always here to cause trouble and controversy. I was against this subject tonight, so of course it's gonna be a lot of debating and a lot of that. So you already know, man. Hit me up at ldc1_.com. We're about to get it in, man. Shout out to everybody looking at it right now.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Make sure you jump in the chat. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. So tonight's show is marriage beneficial for men? Now, I feel a certain way about this topic because everybody that's on the panel right now has been married before. All right, and what brought this up? What brought this up to me was that there was the episode on Love and Hip Hop where the lady was talking with her man, and they was talking about she want a wedding, and she wanted the wedding to be $250K. She felt like he needed to marry her with a big extravagant wedding. He was like, man, that was foolish for spending the money. So I'm gonna run this clip real quick for y'all. Now we back. Yeah. So man, now I think in my opinion, man, marriage ain't beneficial for a lot of men like right now because the man loses a lot. Now in that skit, or I wouldn't call it a skit, but in that little snippet, the lady wanted to spend a whole bunch of money. The dude didn't want to spend no money like that. He just wanted to get, I think sometimes that women just want to get married for the show or for the title. You know what I'm saying? And like, what you guys feel about that?
Yeah, man, the marriage today, man, is really complicated because gone are the women of our grandparents, man. The modern woman is a whole nother breed today in time, you know. The time that we live in, all this social media access we have is really messing up our women, American women especially, because we have lost our traditional values when it comes to marriage.
Yeah, I feel like, man, sometimes some people, man, they just want the title, bro. They don't even care about the duties that come along with marriage. They just want to be able to tell somebody they married and show off a ring. Like I knew somebody spent $75,000 on the wedding and the honeymoon. Only after they come back to go back and live in the guy's basement at his mom and daddy house. They could have took that $75,000 and put it toward a house. You know what I'm saying? Or invested in something smarter. Let's see.
So I'm gonna say this. I heard both of y'all. I heard you and you. So y'all gonna say y'all don't think men messed up doing this process too?
I think some men do mess up. I think it's when it comes to marriage, I think men do mess up. Men are,
The question is it beneficial, and I think it's only beneficial with the right person, man. If it's not beneficial it's not going to be beneficial with the right person. Nothing in life is beneficial without the right person. Business, life, jobs, ain't nothing beneficial without the right person. That's an easy question to answer. Is only beneficial with a person that's beneficial to you is my answer. You know, and that's just like that's the answer, man. Like you gotta be beneficial to me. Like I was having a conversation. You gotta bring to the table what I'm bringing. And I ain't saying it gotta be some women think, oh, well, you talking about 50-50. I thought the man supposed to hold it down. It ain't always about holding it down to come in for, an 80-20 in relationship. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, women get it mixed up. I'm in a relationship just like you is. Now, if I'm marriage is different. I'm married, I might come off a little bit more, but I got to see what you're bringing to the table. And a lot of women have a problem with that. But then want to wear the pants at the same time. So if you want to wear the pants and hike them up to your neck, show me what you bring to the table. You bring what you bring when I'm to the table, then we equal. But a lot of people is with unequal people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like benefits on the job, man. The health benefits ain't worth. It's like you got an eye problem, and they give you a benefit for your toe. What's it going to do for you? You know what I'm saying? I got a problem with my whole face here. You trying to give me benefit my toe? I don't need benefit my toes, man. I need benefits for all the pills.
Yeah. Now, if you with the right person, I feel like it's beneficial. But I feel like those pickings are getting slimmer and slimmer with the demands and the standards that people are trying to put in place. This whole dating market and marriage market ain't the same as it was as when we was younger. You know what I'm saying?
It's quick, man. It's quick. We got sites now, man. We got online sites. Man, it's everywhere now. You ain't even gotta walk up to somebody in the store no more. You just hit them online, hit them in a DM. You know what I'm talking about? So
yeah,
it's the new age, man. It's quick, very quick. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like I said, that the marriage is beneficial, when you're in the marriage, but then like once the marriage is over with, then it seems like mostly the males are the one that take the big losses. Do y'all agree?
I wasn't beneficial in my marriage. I was in the marriage. I wasn't beneficial.
Yeah.
And I don't think the males, we can't be, like I said, we can't keep bad. Bro, it's out here good females are going through stuff with bad dudes. I don't think that ain't the call. We can't do that, man. You got some good, that's like saying ain't no good female. It sound like to me you went through whoever, it sound like to me you bitter. It sound like to me you went through a relationship with somebody and they got you like bitter, bro, for real. Because you can't sit there and think every woman is bad or every woman that come out of a relationship.
Now, I don't think he's saying that. Even when the person ain't bad, man. Like 70 to 80% of divorces are filed by women, and most of it's it is, bro. No, it's not. In this year, it's 70%, 70 to 80% are filed by females.
Well, let's talk real because I don't believe in percentage. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. I believe what's happening around me, in my home, and everybody around me. You don't believe in percentages and all this world stuff. I don't believe in that, bro. The people around me.
Hey, man, I've been in the military, man. I've been around, bro. And 9 times out of 10, the person that's filing the divorce is the woman.
You ain't got no facts behind that.
I do, man. I'm coming. All right, let me show you.
Yeah, show me some facts. Show me government court facts that say, oh, men. I want to see something clear to say men is filing more than women. You can't show me that. You can't say that. You don't know that information. We talking about the whole universe, bro.
I've been
world. So you know what people doing in Ethiopia. You know the divorce.
No, I'm talking about America, bro. I'm talking about America.
I'm talking about the
America only, bro.
Talk about
that's different, man. It's different. That's different, man. Because marriage is looked at different in other countries.
Other cultures.
It's looked at different in other countries.
Got some right,
but I can't go with that. You just said it's different. So how you gonna say men is the capital of divorce? Man, bro, come on, man.
That women,
there's some good women out here, bro.
Yeah.
You can't say that, bro. That's like, man. It's like you sound like a bitter black man. If you gonna say it ain't no good women out here, man, you sound like a bitter black man.
Ain't nobody say it ain't no good. Ain't nobody say it ain't no good women. Ain't nobody say that.
We said that.
Well, let's change the scenario. To me, I believe I live in a 50-50 world, bro. That's how I believe I live in 50-50 world. I can't call the shots on who files the divorces. That's with me. But I know a divorce is only caused because they're not on the same page. I mean, you just to get to the divorce level, you're not on the same page. You don't love each other. Something that happened crucially, you just gotta get that divorce. And I already know the happy people out here on the same page. They got it together, whatever that energy is. Because, like, you know what I'm saying, to this day, I'm still trying to lock it in. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
well, now you brought it up one time before. You brought it up one time before, like actors. You brought it up one time before actors. Somebody can have a secret agenda the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can have a secret agenda the whole time.
Yeah, you sure did. What about the person that don't got an agenda, though? What you gonna do with that person? We can't just blame the other scenario, bro. We I think everybody have self issues because you know why? None of us is perfect. So even though you might got out of the marriage and you might say, you know what, she was a problem, she was a leverage of why we got a divorce. She wasn't the only factor. You know what I'm saying? That on my end, that's what I'm saying. I know I had a factor in mind. I can't just blame that woman and say, you know what she did. I know this is what we used to. When we talking to friends home, we own that person. Like, man, they did this to me. We not saying what they did. We not saying what we did to them. That's just a natural conversation. We ain't never talking about what we did to them. You know what I'm saying? Never. And I'm just telling you, I done did some stuff to some females. We don't never talk about what we did to them. Even if it was even if they did something to you first and you did it as a you know what I'm saying, some revenge stuff, you still did something to us. You did something you ain't have to do. She didn't show you to do this. So I don't want to say.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect, man. I ain't gonna say that I'm perfect. I ain't gonna say that I'm perfect. I know I'm not perfect.
Numerous things that causes a breakup, from finances to communication. The thing is the person, whoever gives up first is the person that's gonna make the relationship dissolve. You know, we're gonna disagree. Like we disagree. There's gonna be disagreement in a marriage, but the person who gives up, then somebody gives up, then it's over with.
Yeah, facts. I mean, it's just a lot of parts. I think what it is, like I said, if you listen to the vows, the breakdown vows, them vows ain't being followed. You know, as soon as you get to a hard time, people breaking up. As soon as somebody gets sick, they done. As soon as they go through their first altercation, they done. It ain't in the vows say to the end, and nobody's following these. It's like the vows are being said, but they're being ignored. Because I do believe you, like you say, some people get married for the show. Some people get married. I had got married one time because the family kept telling me it was time to get married. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at the holiday, they like, man, you need to be married. You need to go get married. I'm like, I know in my head, but then they like, man, it's time. Yeah, it's too long. The Lord put y'all together.
Well, how long was y'all together? How long was y'all together?
But I ain't feeling all right.
How long was y'all together before you made that decision?
Oh, years, bro. We was together probably over 5 years, but I still know. I knew, if I tell you the truth, if I was at the altar and I knew that wasn't right, I knew. I was standing at the altar. I'm like, man, I shouldn't be standing up here. I shouldn't. You know why? Can I tell you something true? Because right the night before, I had this what they call sneaker links now, with the young people call it sneaker links. And that sneaker link, I went and put a note on her for the night before. I know I wasn't done. I'm like, look, I'm thinking married, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what I wrote. But I had the energy to go drop off a note on a sneaker link car the day before I got married. I was not ready to get married. And then that marriage did not last, not on just my end, but on her end as well. But I knew it, but I let people talk me into that. Or I let church people talk me into that. Religion. I let family talk. Like, it just wasn't time. It wasn't time. I knew it wasn't time. And I just did it to, I guess, satisfy people. Like, okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay, here we go. Boom. And what come out of it? What I thought was going to happen in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I wasn't ready. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? But try to satisfy people, you know.
Yeah, I can say, man, like all of us here on this panel have been married before. And so, like, my second time, man, I feel like I was kind of pressured. And I went with it. I went along with it because, you know, I didn't want to be without that person, but I knew we shouldn't have gotten married. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, I don't want to let this person go, but I know we not marriage material right now. But I went on and did it anyway, and it brought some hard times. I learned a lot of lessons from it. You know what I'm saying? If I would have paid attention to the elders, I could have avoided all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then besides, I knew we shouldn't have been doing it, but I did it anyway.
So did you get any?
And why
right.
Go ahead.
So we talking about benefits. Did you get any bit? So, I'm trying to think because the subject is benefits. Did you get any benefit? Even though it was a bad, did you get any benefits from it?
Nah, bro. Nah, man. I pretty much left with what I came with. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't say.
Hey,
I can't say. I can man, shit, bro. I got it was like if we didn't, it was like I had to be on her agenda the whole time. If we wasn't executing her goals, then nothing matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was it. And then family came into play. Her family came to come live with us, and then there was in-laws involved. And then, man, it was like the whole house, and it was just like I felt like I was a visitor in my own home. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And so, man,
I think
it was a lesson. Go ahead.
I think a lot of times, you know, like I was saying, why I don't feel like it's what I think is, you know, in the end of the marriage, I'm talking about the end part of marriage. No, it's not beneficial to the man at the end part, because look, if you're the one that had the house and you got to get it for X amount of years, guess what happened to your house? You're gonna lose your house. If you have a child, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be the one paying child support. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm looking at it and saying it's not beneficial. No, you're supposed to take care of your child anyway. No, I do agree with that. You take care of your child, but as a whole, usually the man comes on the short end of the stick because the way the laws are set up and everything, you're gonna be paying child support. Depending on what state you're in, you're gonna pay alimony. You're gonna lose your house. And look what happened to what's his name, the Power Ranger guy. You know, he killed himself because his wife was gonna take everything from him. She ain't worn that one Power Ranger suit. She ain't morphed that one time, and she took everything. She about to take everything from this man. You know, so yeah, in that way, no, I'm not bitter. I'm just being factual about it.
We got a debate tonight.
Yeah,
I agree to differ, my brother, because you know
why.
You know why we get the different.
Why,
you know
bro?
My story. You know, and if Cloverman was on that, Cloverman, I always talk about paperwork. You know why most men get caught up with that child? Y'all ain't got y'all paperwork, but bro, y'all not going to court. I paid that money. Ask him. I got paid child support. I went to court and handled my business. I went in, fought that woman for my child, for my children. Most men are sitting on their hands. Y'all don't get up and go to court, bro. Y'all don't get up and say, I'm going to go fight this woman. Y'all sit on your hands and take whatever abuse you get. Y'all got to fight these people legally instead of trying to fight them physically and with your words. I got child support. Like me, I got a card. I can put my card, show it to you. So no, that ain't the truth about every man. I keep telling you, it's a different age. You got men going to court getting custody of their kid, fighting for these kids and getting their kids
but the thing
away from these bad women. It's not the same age, so you can't keep saying
a lot of time.
You sound like this, man. You sound like somebody stuck in the 30s. This man gets
Let's see, bro.
No, bro.
Let's see, bro. A lot of people that I know got custody of their kids. A lot of people that I know got custody of their kids. It's because the mama had to do some wild stuff, and CPS had to step in, bro.
No, it wasn't.
The guys
it wasn't even that. It wasn't. I had to hire.
Maybe not in your situation, but everybody else that I know that got the custody of their kids, it's because CPS had to step in because the mother it was either abuse, the person that they with was abusing the kids, or the mother was hooked on drugs.
You know who stopped all that CPS junk?
What's up?
It's called, and I hope I pronounce it right. It's called a miscreant's attorney. They come in. So that's why they hire me. They come in, they evaluate your home, and they evaluate her home. You don't got to go through all them. That CPS, I went through. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They finna come evaluate them homes.
See, the thing about it was though that it wasn't the other person. It wasn't that the father called CPS. The school got involved.
Yeah, I went through all that, bro. I went through the 4-9. I done had a grandmother. I done had the other grandmother, the other side of the house, family grandmother called CPS for no reason. I done went through it all. But I'm telling you, I got custody of my kids. That don't matter. But you got a lot of men. If you're gonna sit there and complain and like be a bunch of men, I got CPS. You ain't doing nothing about it. Did you take her to court? Did you? She gonna call CPS on you 3 times. Have anybody saved up $50? Because it's gonna take you $500 to save for. He need that. The lawyer gonna need that. That's on top. You gonna need that $500 retainer fee. Did anybody? Yeah. I want to hear how many men who going through.
How much you spend, bro?
Who don't want to be on child support. How many of them put their $500 to the side? Say, let me go get an attorney and get this right on my end. Nobody. You sitting on your hands. What you do? You get put on child support and you take it.
Well, I done spent so much money.
It's law.
I done spent so much money. It's ridiculous, bro. I spent $13,000 with a lawyer in the court for nothing to happen.
I don't know. You needed my attorney. She made it happen for me. I don't know, bro. You needed mine because mine was on it. Like I'm serious, bro.
The judge, man, the judge was giving her passes like a mug. She wasn't up. I was producing paperwork. I was showing up to every court appearance, and they kept postponing and postponing and postponing. So I got to keep paying this lawyer. Then I got to pay the kid lawyer too. So
now you should have fired that lawyer. She wouldn't get stuff done.
So as the judge, every time we showed up, the judge was like, "Oh, she need to show up." I was like, "She don't show up. She don't even care."
Now, I don't know, kind of judge. I don't know, man. What you did? I don't know what you did.
What I did,
judge, man. I don't know. Mine, like I say, I ain't go through nothing like that. I say mine was different. I went in there and presented my case. We couldn't be in the same. When they broke down who could get the kids, they took us to a separate room because they already knew it was gonna be kind of hostile. Who they tell me it wasn't gonna be. Even if they told me I wasn't gonna get them, I wasn't even hostile behind. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the people gonna make the decision. They came in, they the middle piece, and that's why they get hired to do what they do. They have to pay $1,500 for an extra attorney to do that. You know what I'm saying? They say just not even an attorney handling divorce. There's a whole nother attorney. To handle the kid situation. So even if she was,
that's what I'm talking about.
I would, but when she did that, I automatically got that vengeance. It was automatic, like it was war. Like it was on, it's on site. So as soon as I got the kid, I heard it and I like I'm coming after him, like it's on site. And I made the decision for me to get the kids. You know what I'm saying? They granted me custody, but I still went through a parental kidnap. I still went through hell, and I was for what, like you say, some people just
and the system turned a blind eye.
Yeah. So you want to say what I benefited from that? I would say nothing, but you know how you can learn right through wrong, and you learn a lot. A female like that again, I was very. I didn't want to deal with it. It's kind of like, I used to be cool with dealing with females like that, but it's kind of like it turned me off. I can't deal with a person like you no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. I can't give a person like you. And I hate to say that because I know everybody of our caliber is not the same. But it's like it's a fear thing. Now I can't deal with you like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. I did everything right by the book.
Yeah. People can get PTSD. People can get PTSD from relationships.
Was it beneficial though? Did you take an L? Did you take an L?
No, it wasn't the first one. No, it wasn't no benefit. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think marriage can only be beneficial if you with the right person. You can't even know it wasn't beneficial from You can hear from the story I just told. There was no benefits in that. I ain't going on no vacations. Ain't no 401k. Ain't none of that. No, it was not beneficial. It was a lot of hell. It was a lot of hurt. When you go through stuff like that, you miss years of your kids growing up. Even with the other weekend thing, it's like a torment. They have to go meet somebody at a location and switch out for your children. It's a mentality thing, bro. You kind of. But you see people who have you see now today, you got people who are actually coming together, they break up, but you see these people still doing family time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Still hanging out as a whole family. So we're gonna celebrate his birthday.
Some of them get along better not being in the same household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got Steve-O in the panel. What's up, bro?
Now we in trouble. He finna come change.
What's going on?
We finna be wrong about everything.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, fella?
Yeah, we talking about, man, is marriage beneficial for men? Now, you got a lot of people, man. They cooperate better when they not in the same household. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because
me and my that's facts. You right about that. Me and my daughter's mother, we better at co-parenting than we was together. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a whole bunch of at odds when we was together.
Yeah.
But we co-parent, like, man, it was crazy. And that it whoops your mind, like, man, it's crazy, huh? Like, I can co-parent good, but what, you know what I'm saying? Why couldn't it be like this? But now, like you said, some parents, I believe my man Hopeman Cop can come in on this. I don't know what he good with description, but I don't know. But it's about, I don't know, something about God will bring you together to create something. But, I think it's what I want to talk about. Season, somebody bringing you in your life for a season. And you can have the season with this person, but they're not meant to be forever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So in this season, we created these beautiful children. And it's something I always appreciate, but it don't mean we was meant to be together forever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's kind of, like I say, it's always a debate with that because then church people coming like you know that's first of all you're supposed to be you're supposed to be have kids in wedlock, not out of wedlock. So that's hard. That's a controversy. Then you got you know, it's a whole scenario. It's a whole thing to that. But in reality, you got a bunch of these kids are made out of wedlock. So you mean you got a bunch of kids made out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you got a lot of these wedlocks are separating now. So it's just a whole. You got to decide what's good for you, what's beneficial for you, man. Like for real, because there's a lot of things happening right now. Like, I
think it's beneficial if you're looking to start, you know, your legacy with a family. You know what I'm saying, man? I feel it's beneficial that way. If you're with the right person and you trying to start your family, that's it. Because like out of my first marriage, I would say that's the only thing beneficial. I would say my children, the children that I made that came out of that marriage.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change that for the world.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I love my kids.
Yeah,
wouldn't change that for the world.
Yeah. That's why I'm at. So I was asked this question though. So I always ask this question. I say, man, you would have always had kids, right? And this is a real question. I say, you would have had your kids telling them what you wish would have been with the right person. You would have had your kids. Think about if you was the right person, you still would have had your kids, right? But do you know what I'm saying? But you had this person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would have been more beneficial with a wait for the right person.
Oh man, I think it would have been less stressful. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it would have been less stressful. Like I'm saying, I can ask.
I love my kids, but it's the person. I
can ask y'all this too, man. Okay, was there a better candidate than the person that you chose?
I ain't finna answer that.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Not only that,
did you have
Go ahead.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
What about the
selection? Don't answer that.
Now, the selection is not my fault, but back in the day, you know. So what about you said about the right person, but a lot of these people it's more wrong people than right people right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what we had to select from.
Yeah.
Well, catch me up to date because I listened to LD1 say something about the season. So when it comes to a season with a woman, does the season include having a season with your children?
Nah, man, that's an ongoing that's an ongoing job till they grown.
Yeah, your children permanent. Like it ain't no seasons with them, but I'm saying seasons with a significant other, or you know what I'm saying? Because man, I'm telling you, like Steve. Okay, you say I know you're not married, you don't have kids, but you've been in a relationship with somebody for months and years, right? And then it just ends. You like, dang. Especially when you've been in a relationship with somebody for months and years, right? And then it's just over with. Like those is what I call seasons. They was good to you because you can't stay with them. You go through your seasons of goodness and then somewhere it just turns to fall and all the leaves start falling off the tree. So that's what I'm saying by seasons. How somebody in your life for a season. And when you in your season, you do everything with this person, man. Y'all living life. Most of these kids get born, man. You in your season. Like I love you. You eat, girl. Like that's like you in your season. Like you feel that
experiences together.
Yeah.
So then while you're in a season with this woman, why is it then should it be a season if that season with that woman involves children later on? Should that season turn into something that's extended beyond a season into a relationship, into a marriage when children are involved, or is the season that important for you to have a child with that lady, and then all of a sudden cut that season off after the child is born?
I think during the season, during my season, it just happened, man. I ain't know when I was gonna rain. I'm gonna lose rain.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know when I was gonna rain. So sometimes I flood the area. You get what I'm saying? And appropriate other things. So you can't call like you know how some days it be sunny, right? And some days you be like, man, it's a sunny day. Then it's raining all of a sudden. So that's what I'm saying. You have these children out of season and in season while you in season. Because I don't see nobody who you got to be a strange individual to be mad at somebody, like hate somebody, and then y'all can just make love and have a child. Like y'all truly hate. It got to be some type of passion, love involved to make a child. Something involved to make a child. So I'm just saying, you have it in that season, but that season is not meant for the mother all the way. You get what I'm saying? That what y'all make during that season, them children, of course that's forever. That's like, that's it. But that don't mean you meant to be with that woman. That's the thing we was trying to say. Is it the question beneficial? Now, through my first marriage, which you missed, I told him it wasn't beneficial. Me and Tony both said we both went through a lot of things that are beneficial. Now, my argument was men can be unbeneficial too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't perfect. So I was like, we can't just nail it on the women. You know what I'm saying? Say they unbeneficial, because men be unbeneficial too. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? So we just, like, doing my first marriage, we was really thinking about, did we find any beneficial in our first marriage? And I want to say, he said no, and I want to say, besides our children, no. It wasn't nothing beneficial.
Wow.
Because even after that marriage, I went to another one and fell out and still ain't know how to love. So it wouldn't have been, it's like I didn't learn nothing. I went to another failure. You know what I'm saying? Rebound, and another failure. So,
well, I felt like I was beneficial to the other person because I made their life easier financially, emotionally, and with help. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was beneficial to the other person. You know? I don't feel like that, other than children, I don't feel like that person added anything to my life. I feel like they took away, and then after we was gone, they still was taking away from my life. Because I was getting phone calls. I was getting phone calls about bad checks written, payday loans being taken out in my name. I'm in a whole other country. I'm on the other side of the world, and they're like, "Hey, you owe us money." I'm like, "Man, I don't even know who y'all is." You know what I'm saying? Had to put a fraud alert on my credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because sometimes, the man get used as a stepping stone, But I feel.
Okay.
So what I told the whole man, I said, I think marriage is beneficial. I say, I think it's my thing is I think it's beneficial with the right beneficial person. You know what I'm saying? It's like a job. You was a cop for a lot of years, right? So that means you was involved with benefits on your job, right? And you wanted the best benefits, your health, your dental. You people work jobs, and sometimes they choose jobs on the best benefits. So that's what I'm saying. You only can benefit for somebody that benefits you. So I was like, my thing is, you can't benefit for nobody that's not benefiting you, or you're not benefiting them.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? That was my, that's what you missed, and that's what I was on. Like, for a person, for the game benefits, you have to be a benefit to each other. It had to be and I ain't saying it got to be 50-50, but it got to be some type of return. It got to be some type of return. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be 50-50 all the time. It got to be something.
Companionship.
Something got to come back. Yeah.
The companionship, that's it.
So do y'all think, in y'all opinion, based on what was said, and then we're looking at society as itself, do you think that relationships and that leads into marriage, if it's based on personal ways of their personal beliefs and then their experiences growing up and what they see, do you think it's working better that way, or based on what y'all feel and think and believe and through past experiences, or should it be based on what you trust and believe and know through the heritage that came through God, that formed relationships, that formed into marriages, that formed into a family bond, that made families strong and foundational in society before, as is related to now? That I remember a sister last time in our conversation, she said that there's the traditional values don't hold up to what's going on now in society, if that makes any sense.
Man, let's see, bro. A lot of people ain't even messing with you. A lot of people ain't messing with tradition. They turning a blind eye to tradition. And tradition seems to be, people seem to be a lot more happier, and things work better, with tradition. We got more chaos going on right now, being untraditional. And so, somebody else go ahead, man.
And then you got, like I say, with social media, they paint a picture of, like you say, you don't know for sure, but they paint a picture that's untraditional as more happiness. Because you look at social media, a lot of these couples that's on there painting that picture, they're not married. They're not doing the stuff under yoke. They cooking and showing happiness online, but they're not married. But they showing traditional happiness. And they could be happy. So you got a lot of people leaving that. You got a lot of people. Why you think a lot of marriages? You got a lot of more divorces today. A lot less marriages with people leaving. Like, I ain't got to be yoked up with you to be happy. I can just be with you and be happy.
Yeah.
And like we just had the episode with the ladies. What they said. They said it themselves. I'd rather go through it with somebody rich and bring me through something, somebody poor to bring me through something. They said it themselves. That's what we living in. Ain't nobody living in that And I done tried the religion for anybody, but you gotta look, they're not living in that age no more. It's like it's being wiped out.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Religion
like that no more. It's too fast.
Religion almost drove me crazy, man. It almost drove me crazy because where I was going, man, they say, okay, if it's anything other than cheating, infidelity, you cannot get divorced. I was unhappy as hell.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, God made us. God gave us intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
If you miserable and you unhappy, you don't need to be miserable and unhappy for the rest of your life. Ain't nothing changing. Ain't nothing getting better.
Right.
I think God made us smarter than to sit there and, and take punishment or be tortured and lose years off our life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I started having heart problems, bro. I started stress. That's when I started losing hair. That's when the gray started coming in, bro.
Wow.
Nah, I say, man, chunking the deuce on that, bro.
You got you got to do something. I went to the doctor yesterday, bro. I went to the doctor yesterday. My blood pressure, like you don't feel it. They say high blood pressure is a silent killer, right? Heart attack. Man, I went there to my brother. He went into me 3 times. Said, man, your pressure's at 170. Now I feel normal, but then I know I'm stressed. I got stuff in my life. I know I'm stressed behind, or I got a lot of stuff on me, right? And he said, man, your blood pressure went. He said, man, you need to go get this medication, take it ASAP. And that's some scary stuff. You get what I'm saying? We just trying to, we got the stress on us. Like he told me, I'm up there. He like, hey, test me. You know, they got to wrap you up, test you again. Like, man, test you again. They say, oh yeah, he up there. You know, I need you to go get your pills and pop one today. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm walking around feeling okay. Like I'm talking to y'all now. I'm feeling good, but you don't know what's happening inside you. Like that's what stress. That's what I'm saying, that it does that. So that stress. So it gotta. I think we do got to get to the point where we find some beneficial out of it. I think the benefits part is if you find any truth out of a bad relationship, I can say that's beneficial. You know,
it's a learning lesson.
Help you become a better person. You know, that's beneficial.
Yeah, there's a lesson in the loss.
I can't say I never left out a bad relationship and I didn't gain nothing from it. So I gotta say it's some. I don't want to say it's not a benefit to any type of marriage, because you gotta get if you don't even come out and learn something right, then you gotta question yourself, like something. Even if you got done wrong, the benefit is knowing, okay, what's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a benefit from everything.
I think the benefit is even if the relationship is good or bad, the benefit is that you learn a lesson from it. You know, the bad part of the unbeneficial part of it is the financial part of it. But if you learn a lesson from it, if it goes bad, then you learn a lesson from it. You learn a life lesson that you can take into your
plays a part too.
And try to improve.
Well, JB said this, that we really do have to save our children to save our marriages. Now, I don't know if y'all, if JB can expound or explain a little bit more in detail what he meant or she meant by that statement. I don't know if y'all understood that.
Yeah. This is the way I take it. I take it like, if we want marriages to change in the future, we have to be better examples for our kids. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. We have to be a better example and raise our kids up. So if we want black families and black units to be better than they are today, you know, we have to save our children and for marriage to even thrive in our community. That's how I feel about that.
No, that's true. It ain't no. He right about that. It ain't no. It's no examples, and it's no examples for. There's more examples of people breaking up or more people being with the wrong. And kids see all this. Kids see the cheating too. You gotta stop pretending like these kids don't know what parents up to. They know what you up to. They know when you sneaking around. Yeah. They know what you up to, man. They just got your back. They like, I ain't finna tell on mom and I ain't finna tell on daddy. And I got y'all back, but I see what y'all doing. So it's a lot of bad. You right. It ain't. I didn't have no examples. You know what I'm saying? Only example I have with my grandparents, and I tell you, that wasn't a good example because they slept in different rooms. Now they was married, but slept in 2 different rooms.
That's old school way though.
What kind of
a lot of old school people did that.
What you think I did? I go to my studio, I go to a different room, just like I go to a different room. That's what I was seeing when I was growing up. So I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. It gotta be examples, but the examples are so poor today. It's just, man, the world is just, I don't know, man.
Even in that example
like
though,
you look up to, even celebrity couples. I used to look to Will and Jada and all these celebrity couples. And they going, I'm like, God, it's like when they go through, I'm like, for real?
Yeah, forget that.
Like Master P and his son just tripped me out. I thought they was good. Out of the years, I said, Romeo and Master P into it? I'm like, golly, man. Like,
see, but even in that example where you talked about your grandparents, the person didn't leave the house. They just went to another room in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still, today, people jetting. People jetting. You know what I'm saying?
Leaving the house and jumping on social media.
They leaving their phone there. They leaving their phone there and dipping out. So you like, man, where they went to? Do. Phone ringing right next to you. It's like, oh, they left. Where the hell they at? You know what I'm saying? It's different. In that old day, we seen it. I used to see that a lot. They have old people, and you see them, they be grumpy, but they still love each other. They might talk trash about each other, but they still love each other, even if they did have separate bedrooms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's totally different times. So a lot of times you just seeing grandmas.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure that before I even make a statement, everyone make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, Men Can't Always Be Wrong Podcast. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share it. What I want to say is this, that in my humble way of experiencing life so far, and then seeing how homes could be so destroyed when one parent or the mother or the father in the home decides not to be in the home. And when that's not there, when the children are there to suffer, those children can express their anger and frustration in many ways. And the last thing that we want is for a relationship between two grown adults, who is the mother and the father, to express and to show forth violence, or the emotions be so high where the children can grow up and then go to school and have no other route but to express what they seen at home. Because now you're dealing with the issues of the mother and the father having difficulties that now has brought forth out of the child. And now you have a family that's full of chaos. And in my opinion, I have to catch myself when I say opinion, based on what I've seen and experienced with my own eyes, and then I relate it to these two individual things. It always goes back between good and evil. Good and evil, God and Satan. Either we do good in life, and that good will be multiplied in what's connected to us, or we do things that will cause what we've experienced that was good to turn bad. There's always going to be a fight between good and evil, regardless if you believe in evil, regardless or not if you want to accept the good. It's always between the two. Like, for instance, we are all living because we choose to live. That's a good thing. If somebody chooses right now to say, you know what, when this is all over tonight, and somebody is doing this, and that's becoming like a common thing here in Houston. Somebody probably is going to decide tonight, and I'm hoping if they hear this, don't you do it. Somebody is probably on the edge right now to take their life because the pressures at home with their wife or their girlfriend, somebody's thinking about taking their life or taking that woman or that man's life, instead of taking the time to evaluate what's going on in you, the frustration and the hatred. And now if you can't seek help, you better learn the power of what everybody has done, even when it comes to tomorrow, real quickly. There's a lot of atheists in the NFL and in general, but boy, when trouble comes, everybody knows how to come together and pray. So don't you tell me don't nobody believe in prayer, because when it comes down to it, we all know how to get together as a country in prayer. So for you who's thinking about taking your life or taking somebody's life, calm down and pray, because that
I got something
goes farther than anything else.
Right, I got something to say, because you talk about like recognizing what's going on and what you're dealing with and getting some help, right?
Yeah.
So like we've talked about this time and time again, coming to the other person, your significant other, your spouse, and voicing the concerns that you have with that person. and it falling on deaf ears. Like I even went so far as to try to bring my spouse and convince her to go to counseling. You want to know what you want to know what was said?
What was that?
I don't want to go because I don't want nobody to tell me I'm wrong. They know there's an issue, but they don't want to be told that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like so how do you make that better? Like if nothing getting better, man, you're gonna have to go your separate ways.
You're right.
You're trying everything you can to try to make this thing work.
Yeah,
you
and
know
that's
what I'm saying?
Is what you just said. You go your separate way, but you don't kill that person and go your separate way.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing about killing.
Right.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying.
Even though they killing you on the inside slowly.
A lot of people are
You know what I'm
doing.
saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? A lot of people are doing that, and that's what we need to reverse.
I work with a guy that took himself out. He took himself out. He had retired from the company I worked at, and then his wife blew all the retirement, blew his 401k, and he had to start back working. And then she blew all the money again, so he blew his own brains out.
Like I said, it comes like this is my belief that when it comes down to it, you know, the way the modern society is set up with the modern marriage, the guy's gonna take the L. Plain and simple. We gonna take the L.
Now I got a question for all y'all.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I got a question for all y'all. 3 of us have been married before, right? Some of us multiple times. Would any of y'all get married again?
No.
Right
you
now,
got one no from JV.
I'm tired of taking L's.
Okay. See, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it again.
Right now, I wouldn't. Right now.
Right now.
And I'm not going to say it's not because of just, like I said, it's not always about the female. I'm going to say, this is me too. I mean, I got to be ready. She got to be ready. Like, she got to make sure it's beneficial. So right now, no, I'm not looking forward to jumping into another marriage right now.
So is it the reason why? Because
it's too much that
so why?
So why? Because it's not.
So what comes with it?
Yeah,
what kind of things come with it?
But that's what I'm saying. The world showing us like it's more benefits outside marriage than within marriage, and that's the way the world is painting.
Yeah, freedom.
Because when you're married, man, I got married for less than it took me to get a divorce. The divorce cost me more than my marriage.
Bro, man, I think it was like
divorce cost me more, and that's
$60-something bucks to get the license at the courthouse. I spent almost 20 grand. I spent almost 20 grand for the first one. Yeah. The second one I did myself. The second one I did myself. I learned how to research and do everything myself. Exactly. But yeah, like I wouldn't do it again. Like if I was trying to have some more kids, then yeah, I would want the kids to come up in the same household and family. You know what I'm saying? But I already got kids. I'm not looking for it. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, my opinion on it is that I don't see real benefit out of it unless you're trying to build a legacy. Because I see a lot of guys losing things. They're losing things they work hard for. You know what I'm saying? Their houses, their property, their 401k. They're losing custody of the kids. And I don't see any benefit. I see a lot of unhappy dudes. I see a lot of guys that are in sexless marriages. Because guys talk, man. You talk to some of these married dudes like, man, I done had sex one time this month. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I don't see any benefit out of it. Because I feel like people work harder when you're not married. It's like they still trying to work to get you to lock you down. You know what I'm saying? And then once they get you, some people hit cruise control. Yeah. So I've been peeping that for some years. So at my age, I don't see any benefit out of it.
So like I said, I think things are all gravy when you're with the right person, man.
Yeah.
You're right. It is an age to it. You know, later in the age, like I said, at the end of the day, it's all about if you get that right person, you're gonna get the benefits you deserve out of it. But without that right person, it ain't gonna. Nah.
Yeah, like I said, if you find the right person,
it's never gonna be beneficial. You can't make it beneficial. Like
I'm just saying that now the selection is not like it was back when our grandparents were doing it. You know, the selection's not there. because the modern U.S. woman, in my opinion, morally messed up. You know, that's just my opinion. You can take it how you want to take it, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, one person that didn't ask the question, man, Steve-O. Do you want to be married and why?
Yeah. I definitely want to be married because I believe truly that, you know, in marriage, you know, you are able to connect with somebody that you trust, and you're able to legally bond with that woman and not be worried about committing any violations in my walk in faith, any violations that would hinder me from experiencing the blessings of God that comes through marriage when you're connecting with that woman in the holy and right way that God intended for me and for his children, his people, to do. So yes, I want to be married to experience that and to enjoy that. But until then, I also know that through what the Holy Scriptures has taught me, and the purpose and the evil that comes with not obeying what the Holy Scripture says as it relates to marriage, I take it serious, because once I marry, I know it's honorable. And then if it ever would get to a divorce, I know I can't remarry until that woman is dead, based on the faith of the Holy Spirit.
Based off Scripture.
Based on Scriptures. And it has nothing to, in my perspective, that's a way of life. It has nothing to do with religion or tradition. That's the way it has always been since the beginning of time, when he put that law in place.
Now, what if that woman steps outside of the marriage and is intimate with somebody else?
That will be very troubling indeed. And so, based on me, I know I wouldn't be able to move on in a marriage like that. I would give that no second chance. I would just divorce her and remain separate. Because that's one thing. Growing up, I could never take disrespect anyway, so I would never take that kind of from a woman.
Now, we got church going people on the panel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If we got church going people in the panel, why is it so hard to find a good woman? Ain't no good women in the church?
Yes, they are. There are good women at the church, but it's just a matter of whether or not the good woman that you may happen to see, that comes with time, and whether or not you're able to or willing to accept her good or even her flaws to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this. I'm gonna say this, man. Like, all right, we're all over 40, right? We're all right, but at least 45 to 40, right? We can say that, right?
Yeah.
Most likely in America, that woman's gonna be nothing against you, nothing against the whole Bible thing. Now, I believe that's the way it should be. Yes, it should be like that. But that woman's gonna have either a kid or been married before. That's not reality. That's not 2023. You know, that woman's gonna come with baggage. The idea is to have it the traditional way, but this is 2020 and we're dealing with American women. American women don't operate like that no more. You're gonna be marrying a 60-year-old. They have that kind of values. You're gonna be 60, 70-year-old. That's just the way I feel about it. Because the morals of the women today, they're not getting down like to me.
Maybe you're gonna get married. You're gonna be getting married at 9 years old. Yeah.
You know what? But
it ain't even it's not the same, bro.
I'm gonna answer that real quick, but I'm respond to what is this? Expedite America says this.
Expedite America. That's my boy, man.
Yeah,
that's my boy.
This is what he said. He said, I ain't never been married and I'm peeping game. So I'm glad you're peeping game, and I hope you all are taking this in, because this is very important. Now, along with this game, I want to throw this at y'all, that even if I don't get married, my mind and my heart and what I know my purpose is in life, I will be okay without it, because I'm focused on bringing forth my purpose that God has gave me. And each and every one of you should have that mind to do the same, because within that, That is the greatest fulfillment that anyone can have, that is beyond what a woman or a man can give you, is to know you have a purpose greater than yourself. And that's your greatest pursuit in life.
I would tell any young man that's listening or paying attention, follow your purpose first before you pursue a relationship or a marriage. Get yourself together, get your stuff together. So when you're on top of the hill, you can pick from the lay of the land, man.
Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, Byron. What you think on that, man? Come on, man. Do you agree?
Man, I'm letting you have your moment. I'm letting you have your moment. That's what I'm doing. You already know. All right. You say that.
That's it. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. So I got 4 daughters, right?
Yeah.
I asked my daughters recently, did they want to be married? All 4 of my daughters, except for one. She difficult, but the 3 of them said they wanted to be married. I asked my nephews. I don't have any sons, but I asked my nephews, do they want to be married? They like, no. Don't want to be married.
Really? Wow.
Don't want to, because the stuff they seen their family members, the males in their family go through. They say, nah, I don't want to get married. And if they do want to get married, they say they don't want to marry anybody American.
This is going to be a whole nother show. You know why? Because why would they want to get married when you got, and I'm going to tell you something, you got poly relationships going on right now. It's popping. You got 3 females to 1 dude. Y'all online, y'all see it. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's real. It's happening. It's out here. People are like, they with it now. Who finna rush towards marriage? When you got stuff like that.
Stuff been, you know what? That stuff been going on. It's just that social media bring it more to the forefront.
Yeah, it lets you find that person, but you can find people out here having fun, enjoying their life.
Okay.
That's what they doing. I'm sorry. They enjoying life.
They enjoying life.
They living. You got 2 to 3 women. You got some women got 3 men right now, and they all know about each other. And they cool. They live in the same house. And you got 3 women in the house with 1 man, and they all cool. They live in the house. It's all on social media. It's all on TikTok. They cool with it. They even talking about they even talking about the bills are lighter because they all together.
Yeah.
So how you fight that?
Yeah, we got inflation going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
we got inflation going. People always shack up when there's a recession or inflation going on. People always shack up. That's normal.
Yeah,
but I would say that's not the majority though. I would say that's not the majority. I would say it's a group of people, and I would say that group is not as large as the majority. I would say the majority is not doing that. Yeah, and social media just.
You know why? T-Swin? Because y'all don't
social media
nobody want to come out and tell the truth. Y'all hide. People hiding.
I tell you what,
they with the game. They hiding, man. Come on, don't act like all your homeboys jumping online. Tell me, yeah, I got 2 girlfriends. Man, ain't nobody telling you that business. Ain't nobody jumping online putting their business out there like that unless they want it out there. But stop acting like it's a lot of bunch of people. Why you got all these players? That's poly relationships. Anybody out here cheating, that's a poly relationship. You're still dealing with a double person. So no, it's happening, but they just not putting it out. I mean, now you got these people who don't care. They say, hey, we cool with it. Y'all keep hiding, but we cool with it. This is what's happening with us. And they look happy. They even make videos when they mad at their person, they go to the next woman. I'm like, God.
Yeah, because they being free. Yeah, they being free. And when they get tired of some person, they go around and be with somebody else. They're not learning how to.
This type of world is.
Yeah.
I tell you what we should do. We should have, because I have a nephew, and I was talking to him today, and he was asking me some questions. And I'm proud of him. He's 21, and he's becoming a strong young man in the faith and his belief in God and everything that God has for his life. But he has a lot of questions about women because his greatest things that he's seeing so many women. These women are dressing all in every kind of way. He upstate New York, so he's seeing it all. He's young, and so I'm helping him navigate through all this. And what we should have, I think this should be one of the ongoing conversations. I think you should have one of your daughters or son or something to come on, or your son to come on the show.
I don't have any sons, bro.
Oh, excuse me.
I got all daughters.
Was it your nephew? You said somebody?
I got nephews. They still in high school, man. They young. They still in high school.
I got a son, but you think I'm real?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he gonna tell you what it is. He gonna tell you what it is for real. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, if I was a young man in this generation right now, I would be more of a fool than I was back in my day. Because today is just more outrageous, man. Like for real. Yeah, so,
yeah, it's wild. I would just tell them, man, stack your money and go on about your business.
Yeah, it's wild.
I say, man, stack your money and go on about your business.
There's so much of that going on now, man. It's all about transfer of funds. Man, that's a whole nother, man. We over that, bro. That's a whole nother conversation, man. Like, it's so much going on. We got to have a conversation about, no, for real. We got to have a conversation about it's a trick nation. It's a trick nation going on. People paying.
That's been since the beginning of time.
You know what's happening, T-Swin? You know what's happening, T-Swin? People paying for benefits now. That's what's happening. I'm going to pay you for the benefits I want.
That's been since the beginning of time. In some kind of way you are paying, whether you paying with your time, your financial resources, your physical, you are paying in some kind of way. It ain't never changed. That's been since the beginning of time. You are paying in some kind of way.
Nothing new under the sun.
Hey, exactly, Pimp C said it, man. Pimp C said, man, y'all.
What's that, Ecclesiastes?
Move to the wheel. That's all.
Boy.
Yeah, Pimp C said
it just like I said, it just more out in the open. It's just more out in the open.
Like you say, it's a whole nother game out here, man. And you got a lot of people who rather pay for services than to go through a whole relationship. Why? Is somebody saying, why I'm gonna go through a whole marriage when I just can pay for what I want for the night, and then I can pay for it again?
Oh, and we're not even gonna talk about.
I don't need obligation.
We're not even talking about what's coming up in the future, or even it's already here. It just hasn't really been in the forefront yet with women with robot women.
AI,
who say they're making robots to
man, they already out, man. They've been out for a couple years.
Okay.
Who's that market really targeting?
Men.
It's targeting men.
Yeah. They come get a robot. She's cheaper.
Wow.
Well, get that Tesla love.
Like I say, bro, I'm telling you, they own, bro. I seen somebody on TikTok, they got the robot and they actually had a baby with the robot.
You can't. Hold up,
man.
That's a
man. Everybody say, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man can't always be wrong. Y'all make sure subscribe to the podcast. Anybody's looking at, we had a few questions. We had a few comments in the chat, man. We did not get to nobody chat tonight.
They come.
I know we over the hour, man. Shout out to everybody's looking. Make sure y'all subscribe for real, man.
Yeah. So Hoverman, man. Last question, bro. Do you think there's benefits in marriage for men?
There's absolutely benefits in marriages because
what are they?
Well, for one, you're able, when a man really needs someone to speak to, when they really needs comfort and a companion, they can find that in their wife, because that's the purpose of a wife. The woman is supposed to uplift their man when they're down and out and going through the battles of life and in this world. The man can definitely go to his wife and get that encouragement from his woman, his wife. And another benefit is that, every man wants to be able to enjoy and release things pleasurably in the right way with the woman he loves. And that's another gift that God gave the man and the woman when they come together. He can experience that with his wife. And then thirdly, the man can actually be able to love his wife and then grow and then plant the seed in that woman for the offspring of that man, and the woman can continue the lineage of that family. That's the power of the man and the woman. Now, I'm not going to go too far to it, but I do have to say this. You won't be able to get that on those three things alone. You can't get that if you reverse that order. If a man loves a man and a woman loves a woman, it won't happen.
Yeah.
My last
this way, man.
We're going to let's look at the question. I think it's a question or comment here by Expediting America.
Expediting America.
It says they are supposed to do that, but they don't. Yeah, you're right. That's not happening. it is present in most marriages. But the funny thing, but this is the thing too, and I don't know if y'all agree with this. I want to know your opinion in this. Now, do y'all agree? Is that happening more with people who do have God or know of God and believe in God, that they have this in their marriage? Or is it happening more with those who don't have God and believe in God in the family order?
I would say there's no way for us to really know.
Bro, and I don't think it's there's no way to know. And then me being a musician in church, you keep bringing up God and all this, bro. Well, I'm sorry, but the most biggest freaks and hoes I messed with was from the church.
Okay.
I'm a musician.
Okay.
They came out the church, the
I don't think
sitting in the front row, everything. So it ain't. And the good women I knew didn't come from the church. Most of my hoes I met came from the church. So that's what I'm saying. You want to keep throwing biblical out there, but that's not the church, man. You got hoes that come to church to get men.
And
they think
and
the
then
men in the suits are the good men. So they ain't. I'm just being real with you, man. Most of the hoes and freaks in church was no problem. With ease. Pastor daughters, they children, no problem. Right under the pastor was ease.
Okay.
That's what it is. So it ain't about the church. You gotta just find a good person, man.
Like I said,
y'all gonna find them in the church.
I think
keep getting hurt. Find a good person.
I think it don't matter. I don't think it matters inside the church or outside, because I used to frequent church a lot, bro. I used to frequent church a lot. I was Bible study 2 times on Sunday, and what I noticed was there was more women in the church than men.
Okay.
Right? Because if you want to hold it to scripture, man, it holds a lot of people that sex. It had to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? And they're not holding a lot of people accountable today. And so you would see these women in church, they be in there all the time, and they be single mothers. They hearing the word all the time, right? And they say, they got another kid, but they still ain't married. They're not in a relationship. So going to church for years. You see them? Now they got 3, 4 kids, different daddies. Church is not having an influence. You know what I'm saying?
That as a pastor,
So I say I don't think it matters. I think it's with that person. It's with that person. You know what I'm saying? It's your environment, your upbringing, and sometimes for people, sometimes the light don't ever come on for certain people.
I'm saying you got evil people go to church. It ain't about church, man.
Yeah,
it ain't about going to church. That ain't even the same no more. Church ain't even the same no more. What you mean? That church is a business. Church is a business, man.
Yeah,
I'm a musician, and I'm telling you, church is a business. It ain't the same like back in the day no more. It ain't the same, bro. We got, like I say, we're gonna either adapt to what's happening now. You can't help nobody. You ain't finna adapt what's happening now. You keep talking that back in the day, it ain't helping nobody now, because everybody gonna look at you like, man, whatever. That ain't what happened today. Ain't nobody.
Yeah.
Like, I see young dudes walking in church. First thing they checking out is the girls who walking in church, and the girls walking checking out the dudes that's walking in church. It ain't that no more. And you know it's bad that because you got too many pastors that got caught up. You got too many pastors and got all these leaders then got caught up. So it ain't about the church no more. You got to just find a person that's good for you and find your match and find somebody that's good. It ain't about that. It ain't all about religion to me no more. It ain't about that. You got to find somebody that's good for you, man. I done been with all that, did that religion, did the church girl and all that. I'm still divorced, still got kids on the side. What? Still went through the cheating thing. This all with a church girl. Nah.
Okay.
Ain't what it is, no.
Okay.
No.
Is it beneficial? Is in this day and time?
Now I'm mad.
Is marriage?
Got the dog, and I gotta remember all this.
So are we saying it's not beneficial? Or
what'd you say?
So the question, so getting back on topic, as a whole, do you think in 2023 is marriage beneficial to men?
With the right person, it can be. It can't nothing in life be beneficial with the wrong thing. And that's what I'm saying. It just got to be the right person. Anything is beneficial with the right person. It's a simple question. How can something be beneficial with the wrong person? It only be.
Hey, we had an example when we had
thinking we can find the right person in just specific locations. No.
When we had the ladies on, they was talking about having benefits with the wrong person as long as he had money. So we already had an example. There you go.
Yeah, I brought that up. I brought that up myself. But benefits, like I said, they were talking about money official beneficial. But
they're talking about lifestyle.
Is, do we find benefits married? Got to be with the right person. That's just it.
Yeah.
Who ain't gonna agree with that? You can't get.
I believe it's out there. I believe it's out there. I believe in love. I believe that the pickings are slim, though it's scarce. It's hard to find people with traditional values, or somebody that's not looking out for their own personal agenda. They got your interests at heart too. I think it's real.
Then the
He's
later
still out
age,
there,
you
but it's
get
scarce.
caught in later age because around our age, like he said, he said you got people, you got people that got kids and people that got leverage now. Late in age, you got that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, that's what it is. So you just gotta find somebody who benefits you. And a lot of people are with the wrong people. Just get with somebody who's for you. You know what I'm saying? You forcing yourself through a relationship, or you feel like it's called going through the motions. You in the wrong relationship.
Oh yeah.
Let it go and
You can't
find
be
what's for
yourself.
you. And that's what
You feel?
that was my curse. I was going through the motion. I was going through the motions. I felt like I had to stay in a relationship to make these people happy, or just to show we're gonna survive. Now live for you. Do what's beneficial for you, and find what's beneficial for you, and you're gonna be happy. Find your, like, you know, my words is always find your best friend. I don't believe your best friend will always be beneficial to you. Find your best friend, and that's all you gotta do. And let the rest go.
Outstanding.
Gotcha.
Excellent show.
Yeah, I think it turned out to be a very good discussion, man.
Yeah,
it's a very passionate on certain parts. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
Well, we hope everyone enjoyed the show, and once again, before we all depart our ways, to make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, Men Can Always Be Wrong Podcast. And if anyone has any final questions that want to go ahead and drop that, y'all can before we wrap it up.
It's your boy LDC1. I enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? It's a very interesting podcast. Shout out to my whole team. Shout out to CTR, everybody in the media group. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's always a debate. It's always a good topic. You know what I'm saying? We agree to disagree at the end of the day. But you know what I'm saying? My last thing is find somebody that's beneficial to you. And to find that, you have to also break down yourself, look at your reflection, and really find out what are you seeking and what are you looking for. Relationships hurt, damaged, scorned, burnt, whatever, and we move right into the next relationship and ain't even healed ourselves, and that's the problem. So, you know, you're not going to be beneficial to nobody if you don't benefit yourself. So benefit yourself first, fix yourself first, so you can benefit the relationship you're trying to get into and want to get into. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, make sure that other person is beneficial with you. There's nothing wrong with making sure somebody can bring to the table with you. There's nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Even though I might not ever use a dime of this woman money.
Okay, we lost Byron for a little bit.
Okay, JB, what you
can finish?
This is my opinion. You know, there's a lot of things that have to fall in place for a marriage to work anyway. You got to be on the same page, communication. You got to be on the same page about the financing. You definitely got to be on the same ways about morals. If those things don't match, you don't need to be married to that person. And this, no, I ain't gonna say I'm bitter, but, but women in America, man, y'all done lost. We done lost. I ain't gonna say this women. I'm gonna say men and women in America. We done lost our moral. We done lost our values, and that's why we get in all these situations to where we getting with people that don't work.
Wow. And I want to say, you know, in closing, is that we have laws in this country as it relates to marriage, as it relates to all things regarding this country and the way of life in our society. And if these laws are not followed within marriage, then there are consequences that goes with that. And there are penalties to go with that based on the laws of this country. But then there's another law, and there's the law in the kingdom of heaven that God has always ordained for us when it relates to marriages. And ladies and gentlemen, if I were you, I'd rather obey the laws of God than to obey the laws of this land, because these laws of the land can change at any moment, and it can be against the man or it can be against the woman. But the laws of heaven is just and is true, and those laws benefit all and has no more weight on a woman or a man. The laws of God is just, and I'd rather have the just law of God than to have the laws that is unstable and unjust in this country. And for a better family, a better unity, for your family and for your safety of your family is greater with what I have envisioned and have a purpose for in life with CPIIA, Citizens and Police Immediate Interactive Assistance, where you will get the help and assistance within your marriage and for the sake of your children, that your family, your home can be structured in a safe way to protect you and your family from problems within the marriages. And if it gets too much out of hand, we're able to help you navigate through these things the correct way so that when it gets to and have to get to the police, everything can be documented correctly, professionally, accurately from us on your behalf to the police, to the court systems. And that's what CPIIA, Citizens and Police Immediate and Active Assistance. You can text CPIIA to 409-444-3524. I'll say it one more time. Text CPIIA to 409-444-3524 to get more assistance and help in that.
All right. And for me, man, I would say do some searching within yourself. Get yourself together before you pursue a relationship or a marriage. And standards that you're trying to put on somebody else or hold somebody else to, see if you meet your own standards. You know what I'm saying? And guys, just be safe out there. Make wise decisions. You know what I'm saying? Think about your future and just make wise decisions. It's a game of chess. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be playing checkers while everybody's playing chess. It's your guy T Swin. Y'all be on the lookout for Transportation Music coming soon. You got your guy JB, Steve O, and my boy Byron, man, and we are out.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Music, this is way more than music. This is way more than music, this is hope. When life becomes a slippery slope, too hard to cope. And if you listen close, hear the angels in the notes. Sometimes it's just a fix you need because it's dope. It's medicine, it's magic, it's spit.
I'm loving this energy you're giving me now. I'll do what it takes to keep you around.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and I want to share with you about CTR Media Network. Have you heard? CTR Media Network is a new standard of podcasting with over 30 plus podcasters. We reach 350 million global listeners worldwide in over 50 plus countries across all major podcasting and social media platforms. We have featured over 1,000 guests. What we specialize in is helping business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, and fellow podcasters expand their visibility on our platform. We're all about positioning with visibility, connections, and teaching you how to monetize what you do. Let me tell you something. If you're a business owner, we have sponsorships opportunities. We have commercial slots. We also have opportunities for you to be a featured guest on any of our shows. So what are you waiting for? CTR Media Network is who we are, and this is where you need to be. So go to ctrmedianetwork.com and click our store feature so that you can see which opportunity fits your life and your budget so that we can get started working with you today.